Quick, like and subscribe for insane luck in every game. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm back making another video, and in today's video, we're going over the good, the bad, and the ugly of Pets Go. So Pets Go has been out for just a little bit over 5 days now, and I've seen a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of good and bad opinions about the game, and I just want to have an honest conversation and voice my thoughts and my opinions. Now, obviously, I'm a big games partner, but I have criticized them many times before. I'm not going to be glazing the game. I'm also not going to be a D1 professional hater and just bash the game for views. I'm going to give my honest opinions on the good, the bad, and the ugly. So first off, I want to react to a video that I just saw, and this is the main reason I'm making this video, is because of the video I just saw. So we're gonna react to this together. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think, and then you guys can comment down below and let me know what you think. Just don't be hateful. Let's just have an honest conversation about this. That's all that I want to do. No glazing, no hating, just honest conversation and honest opinions. So yeah, if we go over to my watch history, as you can see, I just watched this video from Brian Rott, and this video is called The Dark Side of Pets Go. So I just want to react to this and pause it in between whenever I either agree with something or disagree with something. I'll just give my own opinions. Yeah, so Brian Rott is actually reacting to another video called The Scummiest Game on Roblox, and it's about Pets Go. So the only reason I'm reacting to Brian Rott's video is because this is the video that popped up in my feed, and I wanted to talk about his opinions on this as well.
The scummiest game on Roblox, and he is actually talking about Pets Go. Let's watch this video.
If you've been on Roblox lately, there's a very high chance you've been recommended this game, Pets Go. This is a new game created by the same developers behind Pet Simulator, and it is absolutely massive. It currently has almost 200,000 active players, making it one of the biggest games on Roblox. In just the span of 4 days, 37.2 million visits. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this might be the most scummy, lazy, and greedy game I have ever seen on Roblox.
Those are a lot of words, man.
Alright, so like I said, this video is starting off with some pretty intense name calling.
But let's see it, man. The scummiest game on Roblox. Here we go.
Before I get into the multitude of issues with this game, I have to give a quick summary of how this game works. The main mechanic is this dice, which you click to get different pets. These pets can vary in rarity, and the more uncommon of a pet you get, the more coins you will be rewarded with. These coins can be used to purchase upgrades, which unlock new mechanics such as temporary consumables that will boost your luck when getting pets, hatching eggs faster, and much more. The different pets you get are shown off around your character, giving you bragging rights, but most importantly, enticing you to keep playing. As you walk around the map, you'll see all these people with these cool fire electro pets, and especially in the mind of children, you're gonna want those pets yourself. You want to be the cool, over-leveled guy with the 1 out of 2 billion chance pet, and all you have to do is keep clicking that dice. That brings us into our first and most important issue, the gambling.
Gambling, yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to start off by saying, like, just hear me out for a second. Can anybody name a single simulator game in the past 5-6 years since BGS that doesn't involve gambling? I'm serious about this. In this game, you roll a dice, and it's a 1 out of 100, a 1 out of 1,000, a 1 out of whatever pet. But in every other simulator in history, you would be rolling an egg or hatching an egg, and you'll get a 0.1% pet or a 0.01% pet, which is the same exact thing as 1 out of 1,000 or 1 out of 10,000 like in this game. Or like Robux eggs. There's a million simulators that have Robux eggs that you have to hatch for and try to get the best pet out of the Robux egg. Like literally every simulator nowadays has that. And I'm just giving my honest opinions here. I really am. I'm not saying that this game isn't kind of gambly, but like every simulator is. It's just that this game, you're rolling a dice and getting a 1 out of whatever pet instead of hatching an egg and getting a percentage pet. But it's the same thing. So I just don't understand how it's that much different than every other simulator.
It's 100% built upon gambling. Pretty much all you can do is gamble for rarer pets.
Gambling implies that you are spending your own money and risking it to try to profit, but obviously there's a chance that you could lose your money. And obviously spending real money in this game is optional. So it's just a little weird how he classifies rolling for pets in this game as gambling, but hatching an egg in every other simulator throughout history is not gambling. Even though it's the exact same mechanic, it's just a dice instead of an egg, and it's a 1 out of whatever chance instead of a percentage chance. So it looks a lot more like gambling, but what is the real difference? I'm asking that genuinely. Like, I want somebody to explain to me what the real difference is, because you kind of gamble in every simulator game.
So yeah, you are basically just kind of spinning all day, every day. That's kind of all you do. I'm not gonna...
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot more upgrades coming out in this update. If you guys saw my leaks video, there's over 80 new upgrades that are coming out soon. So it's not just spinning. And yes, the huge pets are really rare and the secret pets are really rare, but that's also kind of the point. If everything is obtainable to everyone, then nothing's rare and nothing's valuable and nothing is rewarding if everyone gets all the best stuff. So I can understand how it's frustrating, but at the same time, like, that's the name of the game. If things aren't hard to get, then they're not rewarding when you actually get them.
Gambling is a seriously dangerous and addictive activity.
Yes,
this game uses
that is very true. Do not gamble. And in this game, you don't have to spend money. When you're just rolling a dice and it's completely free, that's not gambling. It's the same thing as hatching an egg that's completely free in any other simulator. So yes, gambling, don't do it. Do not do it. But if you're just rolling a dice in this game, it's really not gambling if you're just rolling a dice and playing for free, because gambling implies that you're putting in money and risking it, trying to get a return in money.
Manipulative techniques to keep you hooked and clicking that dice. The first example of this is the exploitation of something called the near miss effect. Every time you click that dice, it doesn't just give you one pet. Instead, it scrolls through a list of pets you quote unquote could have gotten. Many times you'll see something extremely rare, which will pique your interest and then leave you disappointed when you end up getting something pretty common. By doing this,
the game... I've seen so many of those where it's like someone is like one next to the huge, and you want to keep playing and you want to keep rolling. That is insane. I never really noticed that, but that is crazy.
Is making you feel like...
Okay, I agree. The near miss effect, it keeps people more engaged because they think they almost got something good if something better than what they hatched like passes through the rolling thing. But I mean, I don't know. That's also just kind of part of the animation. All RNG games do that. I mean, I can agree. It gets you a little bit more hooked and makes you want to keep rolling more. But I mean, I don't know. There's a fine line, because are developers not supposed to make the game engaging? Like, if they make it too engaging and make you want to play it too much, it's bad. But if they don't make it engaging enough, then like everything is just unappealing, unsatisfying. So I don't know. This one, I don't really care about that much.
Happening makes it feel so much closer and further entices you to keep playing. This is the exact same thing that literal slot machines do. You feel like you're about to win big, your heart starts racing, you're getting excited, only to not actually get anything. That excitement you feel is incredibly addictive. The game is tricking you to continue playing, despite the fact that the odds of you actually getting that thing are incredibly low. In reality, you weren't close to getting that pet, as in every single video game that has some sort of near miss mechanic, the outcome is always predetermined. The things it shows before do not matter. You were always going to get what you got, and everything shown before had zero effect. Now,
okay, yeah, I mean, that's true and all. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really care if they took away the animation of all the pets rolling before the one you actually get. Like, if the dice just spun and then it popped up the pet you get, I mean, I don't really think that would change anything too much.
Let's say you actually got something rare. Well, this is where the second part of getting you addicted comes in. The game tries to make the absolute most out of this moment. Just look at this clip I got from a YouTuber named LCLC, where he got a 1 out of 400,000 chance pet. The pet expands and covers the entire screen. There's an explosion, and most importantly, you hear the satisfying noise of thousands of coins being collected. And then, on top of that, you now have a really cool looking pet following you across the map.
I'm not sure what the point he was trying to make there is. Like, are satisfying animations for getting something good bad? Like, I honestly don't understand. Like, hasn't every hatching game had like cool animations for the higher tier pets? Like, I don't really see that as much of a point. That doesn't like make the game evil because they have a satisfying animation when you get something good. Like, is it just supposed to be a bland animation just so that it's less addictive, quote unquote? I honestly, I'm being honest here. I really don't get his point on that one.
Reward, and this is what gives you that dopamine. When you get that pet and you see all these cool animations and sound effects, you get a temporary high. You feel good and you're happy because you just got a really cool pet. But now, after you've gotten that pet, you're back to ground zero. You're spinning that dice and you're waiting and waiting until you get that high again. You're gonna keep playing until you get something rare, and boom, now you're addicted. You're hooked to playing this stupid game, and you're one out of the 200,000 active players addicted to a game that basically has no purpose. Apart from...
Okay, I know we're about to get a little bit philosophical here, but you could say that every game in the world has no purpose. You could say that basketball, football has no purpose. You could say any hobby or any game has no purpose. I mean, playing Call of Duty, I mean, no, there's no purpose. In my opinion, if you like the game, play the game. If you have a problem with spending, then remove the card off of your account. Don't buy any more things. Obviously, it's not that simple to somebody with an addiction, but it's just a little bit weird to me because just imagine for 1 second you were the developer and you work hard on a game with a big team of developers for a couple months straight, and you try to make the animations really satisfying and good looking, and then that's like one of the biggest things people are hating on. The animations are too satisfying when you hatch something good. It like covers up your screen with a big animation, so somehow that's evil and manipulative and causing people to get addicted to the game. I just don't really understand that logic, because like, would you guys rather the animations just be bland so that you don't get as addicted? Like, I don't know. This is kind of a non-point. He's going a little too deep into things that don't really matter that much. Because like every simulator game in history has a cool animation when you hatch a rare pet out of an egg. The only difference in this game is it's a dice that you're rolling for pets, and it's a 1 out of whatever chance instead of a percentage chance. So that's my opinion on that.
Let's keep
is
watching.
addicted, there's another reason why Pets Go has so many active players. For a Roblox game,
They
your
hyped
player
it up
count is
so
incredibly
much.
important. This will push you higher up on the recommended, and in return, get you even more players. Additionally, if people with Roblox Premium are playing, you will periodically get paid just for keeping these
AFK
players online.
offline,
And
yeah.
Pets Go does this with the auto
overnights.
roll feature. After buying a couple of upgrades, you unlock the option to not even have to click on the dice yourself. Instead, by just clicking this button, you will automatically roll for new pets, and you can literally just go AFK. The point of this is to have players leave this running in the background of their computer while
Yeah,
they go work on
exactly.
other stuff. The game developers
that's
realized
true.
that their game
This
is
is straight
boring.
boring.
There really
Or, I mean,
isn't
true.
much to it. So in order to keep people online, they made so you don't even have to play the game. Now,
Okay, interesting opinion. Now listen, I can agree with him on some things. I am giving my honest opinion here, and I will get into the bad and the ugly and tell you everything that I agree with him on a little bit later in the video, but I don't know, that's kind of another non-point, if I'm being honest. Because so many games have an auto hatch feature. Like literally every simulator game has an auto hatch feature. At least in this game, you can get it for free and it's not a game pass. Like, I don't know, man. I can agree with him on some things. Like, I'm not trying to just disagree for the sake of disagreeing and starting drama. And I'm not calling this guy or Brian any names. I'm just giving my honest opinion. But I really do think that is kind of a non-point, because every simulator game also has, like, auto hatch features or auto farming features. Like, so many games. It's just that Pets Go is a huge game that blew blew up. So everyone wants to talk about every little thing that they can nitpick, even if they don't realize that it applies to so many other games. Like, I'm just saying, if you're gonna criticize this game, you can have those criticisms, but you have to admit that every other simulator does these things. Every single one. There's a few that don't, but 99%.
That despite being addictive, the game isn't necessarily harmful. You're just clicking a dice, there isn't really anything inappropriate, and most importantly, you're not spending any money. Well, my friend, this game was made by the same developers of Pet Simulator. Did you really think this game wasn't gonna be heavily monetized?
Yeah, second thing as well is I'm pretty sure Preston said there will only be 2 buyable things in Pets Go, and there ended up being 4, I think. So,
Well, he said other than game passes, I mean, the only thing you can buy is this or diamonds. I kind of don't know what he's talking about there. The only other 2 things you can buy is diamonds and double your luck temporarily. So, 3 game passes and 2 dev products. He was kind of telling the truth. I mean, I would consider all the different diamond packs like one thing, pretty much. Unless you want to consider this 4 separate things. I don't know, let's continue.
you know, not very true there, huh? The shameless greed. Let's see this.
Let's just take a look at the big shop icon on the left of the screen. Now, initially, it doesn't actually look that bad. The permanent game passes only cost a total of 2,275 Robux, which compared to Pet Simulator isn't that bad. However,
Still
you might have noticed this thing at the very
$22.
top, telling you to double your luck for 12 hours for only 50 Robux. Now, you may be thinking, 50 Robux is cheap, what's the big deal? Well, there's no limit to how many times you can buy this, and every single time you
Okay, now I'm pretty sure there is a limit, but it's like 999 million Robux, and then you've actually hit the cap, but no one's gonna get there. So yes, there is basically no limit. I didn't really add.
Okay. I know it really does sound like I'm glazing the game. There are things I agree with him on. But on the other hand, I think Pet Simulator 99 is even worse, because Pet Simulator 99 has like 20 game passes instead of 3, and also the Robux eggs that come out all the time. I'm pretty sure people spend quite a bit more money on that than this. I could be wrong, but I also don't think that the amount of money developers make directly correlates with like their evil scale or their greed scale. Because you have to think about it from their point of view. He has like 20 developers now and a warehouse for all of them to work. He's trying to build a company, which isn't an evil thing. But yes, you could definitely criticize how much monetization there is. If you don't like how pay to win something is, then obviously you can have that opinion, but at the same time, there has to be a way for developers to make money, especially since he's expanding his team and hiring even more developers to constantly update multiple games every week. Like, I don't necessarily think just developers making money equals evil or equals greed, because if they didn't make money, there would be no updates. Like, they wouldn't have all these developers that they can pay to make big updates for multiple games every week, because that's not like a couple person job.
Add anything to that, my bad.
purchase it, the Robux needed is doubled. You can spend up to 200,000 Robux on a
And the fact they say 199,000, look at that. That makes it look cheaper as well. Because if they said 200,000 Robux, it would look a lot more
See, this is what I mean. It's a little bit nitpicky. This video is just a little bit too nitpicky, because, like, yeah, it says 199,999 because it looks a lot cheaper than 200,000, even though it's a 1 Robux difference. But once again, I'm pretty sure like almost every game in the world does this. Almost. Like, there are actually quite a few games that'll have like a 400 Robux game pass instead of a 399 Robux game pass, but a lot, and I mean a lot of games do this thing. I mean, every grocery store, every convenience store, like, look across the country, go outside, like, everyone and their dog, every business in the world will price something at $1.99 instead of $2. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a little nitpicky.
expensive than 199,000.
And also, you don't have to buy this stuff. People are mad that, like, the option is there, but I personally find it, like, entertaining when LCLC spends all this money and I can watch him do it and I don't have to do it myself. And you can even see in his video that it's really not worth the money. So if anything, that's a better criticism, is that the price for what you're actually getting is not good. Because like, look at this money he's spent and he still has not hatched a huge. So that's a pretty fair criticism, that this stuff is so expensive, but it actually isn't that overpowered for the price. Like, you are paying hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Robux and you could still not get a huge. So honestly, that's one of my criticisms. I honestly think that it's too expensive for what you're getting. Not just the fact that it's too expensive, but if it was more overpowered, then pay to win would be even more overpowered. It's kind of a little bit bad both ways. But this is one of the main things that I can agree on. I don't particularly like this right here. But at the same time, it's fun to watch LCLC spend all this money. I mean, I can just watch him do it. I don't have to do it myself. Like, it's completely optional. And it's not even like that overpowered. Which is actually like a good thing for free-to-play players. Like, the super expensive overpowered thing in the shop actually isn't that overpowered for how much it cost. Because LCLC spent like 1 million Robux by now, and he still has not hatched a huge. I'm pretty sure his best pet is like the same as mine or worse. I think his best pet's like a 1 in 160 mil. And the only Robux I've spent was on the game passes. I mean, I did buy this twice and I spent 150 Robux at the very beginning of the game, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's continue with this video.
That's so,
on a
like,
temporary purchase.
That is crazy.
Temporary. Hundreds of thousands of Robux for something that only lasts 12 hours. That is insane. Now, of course,
it is insane. It is. It's really expensive, and this is one of the things I actually agree with him on. I think that it is way too overpriced, actually. Like, I actually think the pay to win in this game isn't strong enough for how much you're paying. Now, I'm not saying make the pay to win stronger, like every time you buy it, it quadruples instead of doubles. It's kind of bad both ways, because if you make it cheaper, pay to win's more overpowered, but if you leave it how it is, then like it's actually kind of a waste. Like, look at LCLC. He has spent so much on doubling his luck and he hasn't hatched a huge. Like, I'm just saying, it's not as overpowered as people think it is for how much you have to spend. So don't do it. Just don't do it.
Of course, the average player isn't going to be spending that much Robux every
Yes,
time.
I agree with
However,
him on
as
this,
an addicted
for sure.
player, playing this game over a course of several months, if you repeatedly casually buy this, spending 50 or 100 Robux at a time, that will quickly add up. Before you realize, you'll have spent several thousands of Robux on something that was temporary. You won't even have anything to show for the Robux you spent, apart from maybe a couple of extra rare pets. This game is a perfect example of what happens when Roblox lets developers do whatever the hell they want to make money. Roblox hasn't and probably never will care about the negative effects gambling has on its player base, because it makes them a ton of money. Roblox takes a huge cut out of the profit of these games, so they are directly benefiting from scummy games like this. That's why they push it and promote it so much. Roblox understands how addicting and profitable these games are, and they simply do not care that they are exploiting young and naive children. As a Roblox YouTuber myself, it's genuinely extremely depressing to see the actually good and passionate games get drowned out by this kind of slop. Cash grab, manipulative, and scummy games like this should not exist on Roblox, and it truly makes me wonder if Roblox actually is even safe for kids.
Okay. I have a genuine question here that I want everybody to give me their opinions on. What should they do to make the game less quote-unquote scummy and manipulative? Like, honest question. Like, do they just take away auto roll so that they aren't making players, in quotation marks, stay on the game? Like, do they just take away the cool hatch animations so the game is quote unquote less addictive? Because, like, I just feel like some of those things would just make the game less satisfying. Like, why is it a bad thing for the hatch animations to be satisfying? Like, since when is an auto roll or an auto hatch like the most evil manipulative thing in the world? Like, every simulator has an auto hatch on the eggs or auto farming in a farming area. Every game has gambling, quote unquote, even though I think a lot of people don't really know the definition of gambling. Because if you're going to call this game gambling, I guess you could call that gambling if you really stretch the definition. But then you would also have to call every game where you open up an egg gambling. Every single game where there's a chance to get something and you have to keep opening or keep grinding to have a chance at getting that rare thing, well then all of those games are gambling. Every game in existence. People are kind of stretching the definition of gambling, in my opinion. Because just because you're rolling doesn't make it gambling, because I'm just rolling for free. It's just a game. It's the same thing as hatching eggs in another game. So let's watch the rest of this.
If you or any of your friends play this game, please stop supporting stuff like this, because even if you can control yourself from spending money on this game, there are plenty of other people that can't. Roblox is not the same platform it used to be. Stay safe and be careful with the games you choose to play.
Interesting. So he's saying do not support this game whatsoever because other people might not be able to control themselves. Okay, so I understand the influence that I and many others have, but I don't really agree with a lot of the stuff in this video, and I don't think the game is harmful to most people. Yeah, if you can't control yourself and you just gamble all your money away, I mean, you could do that on any game. You could go and just buy Robux eggs, buy Robux eggs, buy Robux eggs, trying to hatch a Titanic. Like, I'm just saying it's really not that different. So let's see what else Brian has to say now that we're at the end of this video.
Very true, man. That's just very true. I can't say anything. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty guilty of buying stuff myself as well. But still, it is kind of crazy. He said 2 products. There are 4. I did actually spend all my Robux on it. But you know, for me, it's kind of just for the content. But for someone that's actually actively playing the game, I feel like it's pretty bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I really want you guys' opinion on this. I'm probably not gonna make as much videos on Pet Go as I used to, or I made like 5 videos daily. But yeah.
Dang, dude. So Brian might not really be playing Pets Go much anymore because of that video. So for the good in this game, I actually think that it is way more free-to-play friendly than Pet Simulator 99, considering there's 3 game passes instead of 20, and also considering like Pet Sim 99 with the Robux eggs. If you want to get rich in that game by spending a bunch of money, you can easily get rich in that game by spending a bunch of money too. So I do think that this game is slightly more free-to-play friendly than Pet Sim 99. I really like all the upgrades. I honestly do think that it's really satisfying, and if you saw my leaks video from earlier, there's going to be over 80 new upgrades in this update in 2 days. So I don't know, I think that the game is satisfying. So actually some of the things that he said was bad, I'm going to say are good. Like, I actually really like the animations, and I don't see the animations as manipulative to like get people addicted to the game. I just see them as cool animations. Like, I think people read a little too deep into stuff sometimes, and I don't necessarily think that good animations are manipulative. Like, that's just a real stretch in my opinion. I also like the fact that you get rewarded for grinding in this game. You can't trade potions and fruits. So even if you're a free-to-play player, if you run the right boost and you grind, you can actually have better luck than people spending thousands of Robux on this. If you actually just grind for potions and you get a bunch of insta-luck 3s, you can put time into the game and actually be rewarded just as much or more than somebody spending thousands of Robux and not grinding the game. So there are good things about this game that I really do like. Yes, I'm a big games partner, but I have criticized them many times in the past. So now it's time to get into the bad and the ugly. Here's my real criticism of the game. I'm not going to just disagree. I do have some disagreements of my own as well. I swear I'm not glazing the game or anything. I am giving my honest opinions. This, I don't like. I'll be honest, I don't like it that much. But I would put this more into the ugly category than necessarily bad. And I actually think it's ugly because it doesn't really help you as much as you think it would. It seems really pay to win, which it is, but for the amount you're paying, you're not getting much. So I'd put that more in the ugly category, because in my opinion, the pay to win in this game is actually weak, and the prices are high. I'm not saying they should make the game more pay to win. That's not what I'm saying. It's kind of bad if they change it either way. I think they should just leave it how it is. It's already there. If you want to watch somebody do it, you can go watch LCLC spend 1 million Robux, so you don't have to. But I would put that in the ugly category. But yeah, a lot of the things in the bad category from that other video, I just kind of don't agree with. The gambling aspect, I think every game does that. It's just eggs and percentage chances instead of a dice with 1 out of whatever chances, which is the exact same thing. It just looks a little different. And the cool animations, like, I don't think that's a bad thing that makes the game more addictive. I mean, yeah, sure, it makes it more addictive as a side effect of it just being a satisfying animation. I don't see that as like an evil thing, just having satisfying animations. Like, are they supposed to be bland for the game to not be quote-unquote greedy? And then, like, for the auto roll, I mean, doesn't every simulator have an auto hatch? Doesn't every simulator have like some sort of auto farm? I mean, not every simulator, but I mean, come on, 99% of them. I'm just saying a lot of the stuff in the bad category in this game, you could literally apply to every other game. So you can have those criticisms if you want, you just have to admit that it's not the only game doing this, nowhere near. There's actually very few games that aren't doing all of the exact same things that they're doing in this game. So if you want to have a problem with it in general, I mean, everyone is entitled to their opinions, and I want to hear everyone's opinions down below. But you have to be intellectually honest and admit that every other game does the same thing. So if you want to criticize this game, I'm just saying you have to criticize the other games too. You can't act like this is the only game doing it just because it's on front page right now and it's big news, or you're just being dishonest. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I am open to changing my opinions on things. I'm not hard-headed. I'm not glazing the game. I promise you, I can admit when I'm wrong about something, and I have before in the past. So if you guys think I am wrong about something, or you have a slightly different opinion on something, whatever you guys think, let's have a rational, civil conversation down in the comments section. I honestly want to know everyone's thoughts on this topic, because yeah, that was kind of a lot. That video was a little bit crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, everybody. A very different video from my other Pets Go videos, but I just wanted to have a discussion about this because I saw that it was big news and I had my own opinions, and I want to hear everyone else's. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, comment some ideas for more future videos down below, and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you all in the next one very soon. Peace out, everybody.